Welcome once again to Success Mantra. Today I want to discuss with you about spreadsheets. A spreadsheet is a computer program utilized for bookkeeping and recording information. It utilizes rows and columns into which the data can be entered. Moreover, it analyzes and stores data in tabular form. Spreadsheets gives an adaptable displaying condition to controlling information and creating and explaining models. Companies use spreadsheets to display and control informational collections, make graphical perceptions, and advise future arrangings and dynamics. Let's see what are the types of spreadsheets available. First, the Microsoft Excel. It is a spreadsheet developed by Microsoft for Windows, Mac OS, Android, and iOS. Microsoft Excel, the spreadsheet application, allows you to make, see, alter, and share your documents rapidly and without any problem. Second is Google Sheets. It is a spreadsheet application included as a component of a free electronic programming office suite offered by Google inside its Google Drive administration. Google Sheets and Excel are very much same in terms of formulas and calculations. Both gives data in tabular form, that is in the form of rows and columns. The major difference between Excel and Google Sheet is that Google Sheets provides us with a link that can be shared with other users to give them permission to read or edit the sheet at once. While in Excel, only one person can edit the file at a time. But still, some of the tools for statistical analysis and visualization are not available with Google Sheets. The third one is Calc. Calc is a spreadsheet application you have generally needed. Newcomers think that it is instinctive and simple to learn. Today I'm going to explain you about the spreadsheet in this Calc software. Spreadsheet is a computerized table with vertical columns labeled with letters A, B, C, D, etc. and horizontal rows labeled with numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. If we click to a particular point in the table, it is called a cell. For example, here I am in cell with address D12. And if I point to here, it will be a cell with address B4. And here it is cell with address A9. The spreadsheet I am using here is Calc and is a part of OpenOffice. You can easily download it free from openoffice.org/download. Now let us create a simple spreadsheet. I am creating here a spreadsheet for company purchase order. First, I enter all the labels. Labels are like names to columns. So I enter here labels like date, item, unit price, quantity, and total. Let me enter today's date, 3/7/2020. I can also format the cell. If you click the format button, you will get different options for date. Okay, I select this option. Now I am going to fill all the remaining columns. You can see here some of the data are right aligned, left aligned and all. So to make them look perfect, I select all the columns and make them center aligned. Also, I put borders to the cells to make them look like a table. Now I select all the labels and make them in italics. Okay, now perfect. We know that total will be the product of unit price and quantity. So I enter here the equation. All equations begins with an equal to sign. So I enter here equals C4 cell into D4 enter. So here comes the result for the first row. If you double click here, you can see the formula that we have entered and the different colors for different cell value we have entered. Or you can do it in a different way, like you put equal to sign, then select the cell you want to enter the value, then multiply and select the next cell you want to enter the value. We do the same step for the second row, that is equals, select the cell C5 multiplied by the cell D5. We need to do the same process for the remaining cells. So what we have to do is select the cells we have already entered the formula and just drag the cell. So we can see all the values have been automatically entered. If you double click here, you can see the formula that you have entered here. If you want to find the total purchase cost for that particular day, you can use the function sum. That is, we need to find the sum of the cell values from E4 to E8. I'm going to enter here equals, select the first cell E4, then plus E5 plus E6 plus E7 plus E8. Then enter. Yeah, here comes the result. If you double click there, you can see the function that you have entered. If you have many cells to enter for some value, then you don't need to select all the cells one by one like this. You have a separate function called range function. Then you need to enter the keyword sum and select the range which you need to sum it out and enter. So here you get the sum. If you double click here, you can see the formula that you have entered. That is the range function. You can also format the cell. This is a total. So the currency unit also you can select. If you want it in INR or dollar or euro, which one you want, you can select it out. This hash symbol is not an error. It means that the column width is not enough for the data value. So just extend the column width. There is a currency option here also. If you click there, it will show dollar symbol. So it's up to you to select the unit for the currency. If you want to find the average cost, you have a different function here, that is average. That is equals average, then select the range which you need to find the average and enter. So here comes the average. This is a spreadsheet I have created for you. You can see various labels here like date, product ID, product name, product description, unit price and quantity. We know that total will be the product of unit price and quantity. So in the first cell, that is G4, we will enter equals the value in E4 multiplied by the value in F4 and enter. We need to get the same formula in the remaining cells. So we enter this cell and drag down. So you get the values. Same like we have done before. Now we have to find how many sales we have done this month. So we have a function called count function. So we enter equals count and enter the sales we have done. We select the dates and enter. So we have 20 sales this month. Now we have to find how many items we have sold. So we just need to find the sum of the quantity table. So equals sum quantity. Now the total cost for this month. That is equals sum G4 to G23. select that particular range. So we have got the number of sales in this month, then the number of items sold in this month, and the total cost we obtained in this month. We have a separate function called SUMIF. So this is the general syntax for SUMIF, that is SUMIF range criteria and sum range. That is, it is giving you a total of arguments that meet certain condition. That is, add up the range only if that range meets certain criteria. So I have created here a separate table to do this function. We have to find out how many number of Electrolux quantities we have sold this month and how much amount we have got from that particular sale. So we enter here the function equals SUMIF. If this column matches the string Electrolux, then add the particular cell values in quantity column. That is, SUMIF C4 is to C3 matches the string Electrolux, then add the corresponding values in the cell F4 to F23. So we got here 89. That is, in this month we have sold 89 Electrolux vacuum cleaner. Now we do the same to the remaining cells. That is, we have to find out how many Galaxy Note 10 smartphones we have sold this month. Then how many Dell XPS 13 laptop we have sold in this month. And how many Sharp microwave oven we have sold. We are using the same SUMIF function between the columns product name and quantity. This Electrolux, Galaxy Note 10, Dell XPS 13, Sharp are all character values, that is string values. That's where we are entering it in double quotes. If you are entering any numerical value, there is no need of any double quotes. Now we can find the total number of sales we have done this month. Okay, we got 352. So our answer is correct because we have already found the number of items sold by using the sum formula. So we got the same answer. Now we do the same to the total cost table. That is, we have to find in this column C how many of them are Electrolux, then add up those particular values in cell G. So it means we have got a total of 40,050 by selling 89 Electrolux vacuum cleaner this month. This is like an assessment table for this month. So the second value means that we have 13,200 amount get by selling Galaxy Note 10 smartphones this month. Okay, we have got an amount of 41,500 by selling 83 Dell XPS 13 laptops this month. So we have got 28,500 amount by selling 114 Sharp microwave oven this month, and finally we are finding out the total cost by getting 1,23,250. So we double check here with the previous value, we have got the same data. Here I have created a small spreadsheet table for 5 students who have appeared for 5 test papers this month. I need to find what is the maximum mark he obtained from this 5 test papers and what is the minimum mark he obtained from this 5 test papers. So we have two functions here, max and minimum. To find the maximum value, we enter the function equals max and select the particular range and enter. So he's got 9 is the maximum mark from the 5 test papers. And to find the minimum, we have the function equals minimum and select the range. It's 9. So he got a maximum of 9 from this 5 test papers and he got a minimum of 7 from this 5 test papers. Since we do need to do the same for the remaining cells, we select the cell one having formula and drag to the remaining cells. We can also double check whether the formula that we are getting on the other cells are correct or not. This is the spreadsheet for 5 students who have appeared for 3 test papers, and I need to find the average for each student from these 3 test papers. We have the function equals average and select the range. So I'm doing first for Ali. I can also format the cell to correct it to 2 decimal places. Since I need to do the same for the remaining cells, I can select the cell with formula and extend it to the remaining cells. Check the case with Ali's. She got 5 and 5 for test 1 and test 3 and 0 for test 2. If a cell has a value 0, it is treated as one variable. So here the average is found by adding 5 plus 0 plus 5 divided by 3, and she got an average of 3.33. But check the case with Kiran. In test 2, he got nothing. That means maybe he is absent for test 2. If a cell is found to be blank, that cell will be ignored while calculating average. So here the average is calculated by adding 5 plus 5 divided by 2. So this is an exceptional case for finding average. A cell that is marked blank is ignored while calculating average. Now check the case with Sam. He got 5 and 5 for test 1 and test 2 but marked absent for test 3. So if a cell is marked with a character, that cell will also be ignored by calculating average. So here the average 5 is got by adding 5 plus 5 divided by 2. So these are the two exceptionals in case of average. We will discuss more about the spreadsheets and its functions in the following videos. Thank you all.